Hello teachers. In this video I'm going to go through and show you how to set up your gradebook. It is very important that we are using the same terminology in all of our classes, and I'm going to go through and show you how to set up uh, your rubrics for your assessments for mastery learning, and also for how to set up the gradebook for the grading periods such as the quintiles. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is we go here to gradebook setup. Okay. Um, because we are in the mastery learning system, we need to be using the correct terminology for our assessments. This is very important for all of our formative assessments that we use uh, rubrics to communicate where the student is in their understanding. So the easiest way to do this is to create a rubric that's based on our terminology. So we go here where it says rubrics, and we're going to add a rubric. So I'm just going to label this QSI. And I'll go through and add our descriptors. Since Schoology doesn't exactly conform to all our needs, we have to be a little bit adaptive here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a 4-point scale that they recommend here, but we're just going to use it with our terminology. So we're going to say 4 is for above mastery. 3 is, we're going to give that name of mastery. 2 is going to be what we would call a P. So P stands for in progress. And 1 is the number that we're going to indicate D, or deficiency in effort. We're going to say insufficient effort. And I misspelled insufficient. Boom. Now we're good. Okay. And so now, every time we have an assignment that is not in the form of a percentage, remember in QSI, we're encouraged to stay away from using percentages for determining mastery. So this is how we're going to do this. So we're going to create our rubric here, and it is there for us, ready to go. When we create an assignment, we can just click on the rubric there, and there you go. Great. Now the next thing we need to do is go over here to categories, and we're going to add us some categories here that we want in our gradebook. So certain types of things that we assign, we will associate them with a particular category. So I like to use assignments. All right, so we just click create, and there we have that one. I'm going to add a couple of more here just to show you how it's done. So sometimes I'll use a quiz. Okay. I'm going to be using reflections this year as an assessment, so I'm going to put this as a category here. For now, I think that's going to be good. Okay. So the easiest way to set up our gradebook is through the quintiles. So in QSI, we have the 5 quintiles. When we look at our gradebook, depending on what date that we're in, it will automatically show up as that particular page for that particular quintile. So that's good for helping keeping us organized, and that way our grade book doesn't show everything for the entire year all at once. It keeps it nice and neat and organized. So in order to do that, we have to first go ahead and set it up. So we click on Edit here, and we have to go through and apply some names. So I have already done this with some of my other classes, so it's automatically recognizing it. So what you'll do here is you'll just click in this particular area here, and you will type in the name that you want to use, say quintile 1, whatever, and put in the dates, the start date and end date. Okay, so for me, I'm just going to click here and click save. Okay, but for you guys, once you do this, you will just add, you'll click on where it says add another, and you'll just input the days for the quintile. Where does this information come from? If you look at Carl's most recent email where he sent out the latest schedule, over on the left-hand side, it tells you exactly what the quintile dates are. So we'll just do that for all 5 quintiles. All right. So now you'll see over here where you've inputted the quintile. You don't have to worry about the weight. We're not really going to be worrying about this too much. Like I said, Schoology doesn't make this particular platform specifically for QSI and the Mastery Learning System, so we're having to use the free version. So we're going to modify it just a little bit. So the gradebook is there for us just to keep up with the assignments that the kids have done. It allows them to submit things, allows you to give feedback, which is very important. And it allows you as a teacher to be able to recognize what the students are missing and how to help them get caught up. Okay, so once you have your grade periods set up, you'll see them displayed here, and your grade book will look as such. You don't have to worry about the final grade settings and any of these other features down here. They're not really necessary for us to use. So once you're done with that, you'll click Save Changes. And now you have your categories, you have your rubric, and you have your grading periods all set up. So you should be good to go.